Well, y'all, it's been a while since we gotten together, and I've been missing y'all. I'm hoping y'all were missing me. If you didn't, just lie about it. Anyway, welcome back to the Monkey Ranch. Got the sign up here for the Monkey Ranch, and we open as usual for business. And there's been a lot going on. I've had some different projects. You know, we started out with caning them chairs and working on that, and I continue to do that, and we're gonna work on that. Walk in here with me a minute. I want to show you something. The biggest project that I've had since we got going is I built this entertainment thing over here with the TV, and we had this great big old wall and nothing but that little itty bitty TV on it, and I said, I got to fix something. It doesn't look right. And I talked to some man, and they wanted like $4,000 to do it, and I said, well, I think I'll try it. So I got me some plywood and I built that, and I thought it turned out pretty good. I'm right proud of it. And it to me it looks amazing, and you get out the way where you can see it or whatever. Got it. I even did the crown molding up there. I never thought I could do that. That takes some thinking. Anyway, also I was working on this secretary. This thing belonged to Sharon's mama, and it was a caterpillar green, kind of an antique green looking thing, and this leg right here was kind of half broke, just about fall off of it. So I took it and I fixed that leg. I re-glued it, and I didn't put nails back in it because that wasn't working real good. So I put pegs in it and drilled some holes and put pegs in it. Then I came in here and you can see I refinished it and got a pretty good finish on it. This hardware on it's the original hardware. And then up in here, that thing that looks like a post office up in there, I couldn't sand that and stain it, so I painted it dark brown, and then I went and got me some of that green felt and put it in there so it looked fancy and uptown. And actually, it's all done and usable now. That's where I'm gonna keep all my 100s and 50s and all that. So if you want to come get some money like that, if you break in my house and you don't get shot, the 100s and 50s are going to be in that secretary. Just try not to bleed on the floor. And if you notice down here, I got a dog. We went and got us a dog. This is Miss Maisie. We've had her, she's 8 months old, going on 9. And she's already been to college or prison camp, whatever you want to call it. She learned how to sit up, shut up, stand up, and all those commands and all that. She's doing really well with it. We're right proud of that. And she kind of goes, everywhere I go in the house, she just follows me around and wants to make sure I don't get too far out of sight. Walk out here a minute, and the last time we talked, I was working on this chair. And I don't know if you remember or not, but I got this chair all finished, and it turned out real good. I had refinished the chair. It had a dark green paint on it that had gotten real faded and cracked up, and it looked more gray or whatever, so I just stripped it down, and that thing turned out really good. I'm real proud of that chair. And come on out here, I'll show you the other chairs we were working on. Some of you remember some of it. This green chair right here, this is a dark green. It might look black in the picture. It's kind of called Charleston green. And this was the original paint that was on this chair as it sat on my grandmother's porch back in Pamplico, back in the 50s and 60s and 70s back then. And the paint was in such good shape, I didn't want to mess with it, so I left it alone, but I got it cleaned. And now if you'll notice too, is I got this third chair, and I refinished the chair, and I also got got the bottom done in it. You can see I'm working on the top. And just so y'all know that actually I'm the one that's doing this, I thought I'd take a minute and let you see how we do the weaving a little bit. I got the cane. Matter of fact, I talked to a man before I started all this, and he said he could cane the lady. She said she could cane the chair. It'd take them 4 or 5 weeks to do a chair, and they said they wanted $375 per chair. And then I had to buy the cane. So I looked at a video about it and I said, well, I believe I can do that myself. So I taught myself how to do it. And, you know, there ain't many of us cane weavers left anymore. I'm kind of new to the club, but bought me some cane, found me an old place down in Mississippi, got me some cane, and it takes about $50 a cane per chair to do it. So I'm getting it done for $50 in my time and trouble, and whatever I spend on cane oil. Anyway, if you'll notice, I got my water thing, and you wet this thing down good. I usually soak this cane 15 to 20 minutes before I start weaving with it, and then you just keep wetting it so it'll kind of be won't be brittle, and it'll do it. And I'm working on the back with this piece right now, and you kind of go take this cane and go under and over two, under two, over two, and you just kind of do that all the way across. If y'all bear with it, this is kind of important to know, because I'm pretty sure one day this video, I don't know where else it's going to show up, but I'm pretty sure it's going to show up there in Washington D.C. in that Smithsonian, that museum. And if you don't get the video in the way, if you ever, next time you're up there for one of them rides they have up there, go break in the back door of the Smithsonian and check the video out. It'll be a bit, you can enjoy that then. But if you notice, I'm going to get all the way across here. This last one's got to go over, and then I pull it down under like this, and then I just pull it all the way through, just right, you know, weaving. And I pull that thing all the way through until I get it up there real tight and snug. And get it up there, and I pull it real tight, and I got this thing here, this is a little block of wood, and I use it to push the cane, because you got to get it up there tight, because you don't want any gaps in it. If you notice, there's no gaps up here, and the tighter you get it, the better it is. And when you wet it, it makes it easier to pull all that cane. But then when the cane dries and the water goes away, it helps tighten that cane back up. See, I made that run across the back, and then I just flip it back around. I flip it back around like that, lay it back in my lap, and then I do the same thing again. This way, last time I went over, so this time I'm gonna go under two, over two, and you just kind of keep working it all the way across like that. I'm not gonna do the whole chair. I'm just gonna let you see how I do the front and the back. And because both the front and the back show, you kind of have to make sure you get a good weave on both the front and the back, because everybody can see it. You know, on the bottom, nobody's gonna get down there and look underneath the chair, so it don't really matter what it looks like underneath. And then it's starting to get kind of tight. That water sure does help when you do this. Anyway, and see that I just pull it all the way through like this and get it nice and tight. Do it. I get my stick again. I got it right here in my lap. And I just tighten that thing back up. And I'll keep doing that all the way until I get to the end. And them last three is tough, because there's no room. It's real tight, and so you just have to pull it with a pair of pliers and get it over and under with a butter knife. But that's kind of what I do, the way I do front and back, and you just sit here and be patient and just keep doing it. And I'll probably get this chair done probably in the next 2 or 3 days, and I'll be finished with it. Might be the last chair I ever do, because I don't have any more chairs. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to bring y'all up to date. I did had to go to the doctor. They wanted to cut on my right ear, and so I was out a little bit doing that. I had to have one done in October, another done I think in March, and all that's working out real good or whatever. It's the right ear. It still don't work, but it looks better, and the doctor says inside it looks better. So if it ever starts working, I'll appreciate that. If it doesn't ever start working, you got to consider all the friends I got. I just make sure they on that side when they talk to me, because all of them, some of y'all included, is I ain't never heard you say nothing in 15 years I needed to hear anyway, so it ain't like it's that big of a problem. But we doing good down here on the Monkey Ranch, and we're just kind of missing y'all, and we all survived the pandemic thing and all that. I did go get my shots. They gave me both the shots, and before they let me leave, they said, well, you got your shots, and I think you're all right, but before you leave, we'd like to deworm you. So I got dewormed, so I should be in good shape with that. Anyway, we having fun down here on the Monkey Ranch, and would love for y'all to come visit us. If you can't, make sure you go in the back door at the Smithsonian up there and check this video out. And until next time, happy caning.